Hello, everyone. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creation. So tonight, we just finished closing tonight, and I wanted to get this in. This is 100% natural. I do live radio, but YouTube is nothing like live radio. So here we go. Um, we're in this my sacred space here. This is Evelyn's Creations. This is inside of one of my stores inside of the West Oaks Mall. Tonight, what we're talking about: can you build wealth by sewing? And the answer is absolutely. So I'm here tonight to try to encourage you creators to keep sewing, to make sure that sewing is part of your destiny and that you can charge whatever you feel that you're worth. And I hope you're worth a lot. And I'm gonna encourage you to be a lot, to charge a lot, because I found out today, I'm in the store and I'm working very hard, trying to meet deadlines. This is just before Thanksgiving. And people are coming in and they're telling the store manager, they're saying, listen, she's the only one sewing. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, how can that be? I'm in Orlando, Florida. The mall here where we are today is in Ocoee, Florida. And how could that be that as large as this city is, that you cannot find a seamstress or a sewer? Especially a person of color. And I want to encourage you tonight to keep sewing and get visible and charge what you're worth, because every culture is making money off of the African American culture. They're sewing, they're making clothes, they're trying to figure out what size you are, and they'll give you anything, and then they won't even put the size in it. It's a 1X, a 2X, a 3X. Everybody has a size. There's no such thing as a 1X that can fit 4 or 5 people, or a 2X that can fit 3 or 4 people. So tonight the purpose is, can you make money sewing? Keep that in mind. Absolutely. Can you buy a house? Can you pay a house off sewing? Can you buy a car? Can you pay a car off sewing? Can you put kids through school sewing? Yes, you can. Now, when I came up, there were sewing machines in every room and a TV in only one room. Today, there's a TV in every room and there's no sewing machine. Now, they took sewing out of school. I was fortunate to learn how to sew in high school. And now, there's not even a sewing needle in the household, because everybody is buying clothes as if it's throwaway clothes. So just imagine if you took that needle and thread, like this young lady right here. I want to show you the very first seamstress, the very, very first seamstress on record. This is when she was a child. This is Elizabeth Hobbs Keckley. And this is when she was in the White House for President Lincoln. Okay, she was a slave for 30 years, and then she bought her own self out of slavery for $12,000. She also worked for a slave master that was very poor in financing, and he was going to rent her mother out to do dishes and stuff for someone. And she says, no, we're not going to do that. I will work. So Elizabeth, she sold and kept 17 people, everybody on the plantation. She made enough money sewing with a needle and thread to pay for 17 people to keep the plantation alive. And then people started renting her to do other things. And eventually, after 30 years, now this was 30 hard years, being raped, having to have a baby by her slave master, and because she had a baby from him, the baby could learn how to read, but he still was a slave, and that was her only child. So it's a lot of history. If you can, go ahead and pick up that book and read her trials and tribulations. And I say this to say, if she could do it, you could do it. And I'm doing it, so I'm encouraging you to do it. If you start out just maybe hemming someone's pants, if you start out maybe putting some buttons on someone's shirt, take baby steps and try to make sure that when you do it, get feedback. Okay, you saying, well, what if I do it wrong? Guess what? You're going to always do something that's not perfect. And if you just keep at it and be consistent, you'll have enough work. And then if you say this, what if I get so much work I can't get it done? You time yourself. You time yourself when you're going to sew. You time yourself when you're going to deliver. And you ask your customers to please be polite and call you or text you when they're ready to pick up. You can start in your house, and you can come to this. huge store. This is one of 6 of my stores. And all of it came from a sewing machine and a needle. And you too can do it. Now, you know what you want to ask me? Well, do you make everything? No, I don't make everything in the store. And the reason that I don't make everything in the store, I used to make everything in the store. The reason I don't is because I started reading up on Sam Walton, and I started seeing how Sam, Sam with Walmart, how they have things in Walmart that they make, which is called great value, and they have name brands. So what I do is I search out designers who have nice things that I love, that like to put a part of my foundation in my stores, and then I have the things that I make. And then I also make something for someone every day because I do direct mail order. So if you want to, you can go to evelynscreationsetsy.com and you can order from me online, and I will customize something for you. But I also realize that when you're in the market and you're trying to stay alive, what you have to do is you have to have some things for people who need it right now. And your right now people is a lot of people. They're coming in the store, they need it today, they need it tomorrow, they don't have time to wait for you to make it. That's cool and fine. They can pick something off the shelf, we do the nip and tuck, and they go. Now I'm saying we, but it's only a party of one. I have conditioned myself to work very hard. I came up on a farm in Concord, Georgia with my grandparents, and I learned really